After having discussed about the introduction to dynamic programming, we shall now look at the very first problem of dynamic programming, that is the multi-stage graphs. Okay. Hope you are aware about the graphs. Multi-stage graph is again extension to the topic of graphs. So, as the name indicates, multi-stage graphs. Multi-stage graph is basically a graph, but it consists of the different stages. Okay. So, multi-stage graph is basically a directed graph. Is basically a directed graph. Okay. A multi-stage graph G is equal to V comma E is a directed graph. Okay. And why it is called as multi-stage? Okay. Why? Because the vertices are partitioned into different stages. Okay. We shall look at one example. So, consider this graph, a directed graph. As you can see, it is a directed graph. Okay. And all the vertices are directed in only one direction, that is from left to right, isn't it? So, from here to here, all the edges, as you can see, all the edges are in only one particular direction. So, in this multi-stage graph, there are the vertices are divided in different stages. How? So, the stages here are this one, second stage, third stage, fourth stage, fifth stage. So, we are moving from the stage 1 to stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, like that. And these stages are designated as V1. Okay. This is the first stage, this is second stage, and as you can see, the capital V indicates the set of all vertices, and V1 indicates, V suffix 1 indicates the set of all vertices in the stage 1. Okay. So, similarly, these are the vertices in stage 3, and I write the stage as V3, then V4 and V5. Okay. V5. So, in this example, there are 5 stages. All right. Therefore, how to define the multi-stage graph now? So, a multi-stage graph G is a directed graph in which the vertices are partitioned into k disjoint sets Vi, I in between 1 and k. Okay. Next, if uv is an edge, then u belongs to Vi and v belongs to Vi plus 1. Okay. So, we shall look at this in the example. So, in this example, as you can see, if there is any edge, say we have an edge from 1 to 2, right. So, it is a directed edge, right. As you can see the symbol, it is less than, greater than, the guillemets, it is a directed edge 1, 2. So, this vertex 1 belongs to stage Vi and this vertex belongs to the stage Vi plus 1, isn't it? Okay. And the vertices are partitioned into the k disjoint sets, and k runs in between 1 and I in between 1 and k disjoint sets. Okay. And here one more beauty of the multi-stage graph is that the first stage and the last stage consists of only one vertex in the list. Okay. So, I write V1 is equal to 1 and Vk, number of vertices in the stage Vk, is equal to 1. Okay. And this vertex 1 is called as the source vertex, and this vertex, the last vertex, is called as the sink. Okay. So, this is designated as the source and this is designated as the sink. And the cost of the path from S to T, cost of the path from S to T is the sum of the costs of the edges on the path. Okay. So if you trace one path from source to sink from S to T, then cost of this path is 7 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2, like that. Okay. And the multi-stage graph problem is to find the minimum cost edges on the path. Okay. So as you can see, there are multiple paths from source to sink, and the multi-stage graph problem is the problem of finding the minimum cost path from source to sink in the multi-stage graph. Okay, right. So now we shall now look at how to find the minimum cost path from source to sink, and we have the two approaches. The first approach is the forward approach, and another approach is the backward approach. Okay. So once you understand the forward approach, then backward approach is straightforward. Right. So now we shall look at the forward approach for finding the minimum cost path from source to sink in the multi-stage graph. Okay. Right. So forward approach. So we shall apply this multi-stage graph problem for this example. In this example, okay. So for this, you need some initial symbols to be understood. The first symbol is V, as it indicates the vertex. Next, one more symbol is C, I comma j, indicates cost of edge from I to j. I mean, there is an edge I comma j, and C of ij indicates the cost of this edge. Okay. Next, we use another symbol, cost. Okay. This is C and this is cost. Cost of I comma j. This means here I indicates what is called as the stage, and j indicates the vertex, and this cost of I comma j indicates, okay, cost of I comma j indicates cost of path from vertex j in stage Vi, in the stage Vi to the sink. Okay. So this cost indicates the the cost from vertex j, which is present in this stage, towards all the way to the sink. Okay. Right. Next, we use another symbol D. So this is apparent when we are solving the example, so it is better understood there. Okay. All right. So we shall now apply the multi-stage graph. We shall solve the multi-stage graph problem using forward approach. So first we shall write this table, vertex V, then cost and D. So this V is the set of all vertices. So we have vertex 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So this is what we have, 12 vertices. Okay, fine. Now I will write another cost of, okay, so this is the example to be solved. So cost of reaching 12 in the fifth stage, cost of 5 comma 12. So cost of reaching 12 to 12 is 0. because we are at the the sink itself. So 12 to 12 is 0, and it is in which stage? Stage number 5, isn't it? It is in the stage number 5, and hence I write cost of 5 comma 12 is equal to 0. Done. Next, so after tackling the last stage, we then tackle the fourth stage. Okay, although the name of the approach is forward, we we fill up this table from in the backward direction. Okay, so after the fifth stage, come back to the fourth stage. So in the stage 4, from we have how many vertices? 3 vertices, 9, 10 and 11. Then what is the cost of reaching from 9 to 12? Okay, so cost of 4 comma 9, it is 4 comma 9. Okay, so in the stage 4, this indicates the stage and this indicates vertex. Okay, stage and vertex. Now the cost of reaching from 9 to 12, so there is actually a direct edge and we can reach it, and the cost of that edge is 4. So I will write 4 for the vertex 9 in this table. I will fill up the table as for 9 the cost is 4 to reach to the sink, and the sink can be reached through through this the next node itself is 12, and I will write 12 here as it is. Okay, so this D will be understood in the third stage, when we are solving the third stage. Okay, next, cost of reaching 12 from 10 in the stage 4 is 2. Okay, so 10 I will write the value as 2, and the next vertex is 12. Next, similarly, the cost of reaching 12 in the stage 4 from the vertex 11 is 5. Okay, 5 I will write that 5 here. Okay, so we forgot it here, so here it is 12. Okay, so this is what the D value. Okay, right. Now we will come to the third stage. Cost of third stage, in the third stage we have the vertex 6. See, in the third stage, when you consider the vertex 6, okay, so there are multiple paths to the destination. Okay, there are multiple paths to the destination. Now which we have to choose is the minimum. Okay, and hence this cost indicates the minimum cost that can be reached via the vertex that we have chosen to the destination, the sink. Okay, so now from vertex 6 we have an edge to 9 and we have an edge to 10, correct? So now from 9 we already know what is the cost of reaching to the destination. How? We have already filled this table for the vertex 9. Similarly, from vertex 6 we have an edge to 10, and from 10 we know how to reach 12 with a minimum cost, so that we have already filled 2, right? Therefore we have 2 paths, and which we have to select? The minimum one. Okay, therefore I write cost of 3,6 is the minimum of, right, minimum of cost of this edge, edge from 6 to 9, so C of 6 comma 9, and we know the cost of reaching from 9 to 12, so plus cost of reaching from 9 to 12 from the fourth stage, isn't it? This is stage, this is vertex, right? Similarly, we have one more edge, so cost of the edge from 6 to 10, so that is, which is nothing but C of 6 to 10 plus cost of reaching from 4th stage 10th vertex to the sink, that is 12. Okay, so I have to choose the minimum out of this, so minimum. So what is the cost of 6 to 9? It is 6. And what is the cost value for 9? The cost value for 9 we already know from the table, it is 4. Okay, so 4. Similarly, similarly edge C of 610 is 5 plus cost of reaching from 10 is 2. Okay, 2. Okay, so now this is 10 and this is 7, so which is minimum? 7. Therefore the cost of reaching the sink node from the vertex 6 in the stage 3 is nothing but 7. Okay, and how can you achieve this 7? Through which node? You achieve this 7 through the node 10, and hence we write D of 3 comma 6 is 10, and that is what the D value. Okay, so for the vertex 6 the cost to reach to the sink is 7, and that can be reached through the vertex 10 in the next stage. I mean, from if at all you are choosing vertex 6 to reach to the sink, then in the next stage you have to choose 10. So that is the meaning of D. Okay, so D indicates the vertex in the next stage through which we have to reach to the destination. Okay, right. Next, so we are done with the vertex 6 in the stage 3. Similarly, we shall consider one more vertex 7. So cost of stage 3 vertex 7. So we have again 2 outgoing edges, therefore we have to find the minimum of, so it is cost of minimum of, right, minimum of C of 7 9 plus cost of 9. Similarly, C of 7 10 and cost of 10. So it is C of 7 comma 9 plus cost of stage 4 9 comma C of 7 10 plus cost of 4 10. So C of 7 9 is 4 plus cost from reaching 9 is 4. So it is minimum comma 3 plus 2. So 8 and 5, which is minimum 5. So I will go for 5. Therefore for the vertex 7, I have to fill up the value 5. And which is the next stage vertex? The next stage vertex is 10, right? So next stage vertex is 10. Okay. Similarly, cost of stage 3 vertex 8. Stage 3 vertex 8, we have 2 edges. So one edge 8 10, another edge 8 11. Okay, so the edge 8 10 plus cost from reaching 10, then so I will write that minimum of C of 8 comma 10. Okay, 8 comma 10 plus cost stage 4 vertex 10 comma C 8 comma 11 plus cost stage 4 vertex 11. Right. So now it is, the value is 5 plus 2 comma 6 plus 5, which is minimum 7. So this is 11. Therefore it is 7. Therefore for the vertex 8 the cost is 7, and in the next stage which vertex to be chosen? That is 10. So I will write 10. Okay, done. Similarly, so now we are finished with the stage 3. So we shall now look at the stage 2. Okay, so cost of stage 2 vertex 2. Stage 2 vertex 2. So in the stage 2 we can see there are 3 edges. So from outgoing from 2, that is to 6 to 7 and to 8. So minimum of C of 2 comma 6 plus cost of reaching from stage 3 6, C of 2 comma 7 plus cost of stage 3 vertex 7 comma C of 2 8 plus cost of stage 3 vertex 8. Done. So minimum of edge of the cost of the edge from 2 to 6 is 4. So it is 4 plus what is the cost of reaching from 6 to sink. So from 6 towards the sink is 7. It is already available in the table. So it is 7. Okay. Similarly, cost of the edge from 2 to 7. So 2 to 7 is 2 plus the cost of reaching from 7 is 5, which is available in the table already. So 5. Similarly, 2 to 8 the cost is 1. Next, from 8 the cost is 7. So it is minimum of 11 7 8, which is minimum, it is 7. Therefore cost of 2 comma 2 is 7. Cost of 2 is 7. And which vertex? I mean this vertex, that is 7. Okay. So d value is 7. What does it mean? So if at all we are arriving at stage, the vertex 2, next in the next stage we have to choose the vertex 7 to reach towards the destination. Okay. Next, similarly, cost of stage 2 vertex 3. Stage 2 vertex 3, there are two edges to 6 and 7. Therefore minimum of C of 3 comma 6 plus cost of stage 3 6 comma C of 3 comma 7 plus cost of stage 3 vertex 7. Okay. So there are two outgoing edges. So cost of 3 to 6 is 2 plus cost of reaching from 6 is 7 comma 3 to 7 cost is 7 plus cost of reaching to destination from 7 is 5. Okay. So this is 9, this is 12. So this is minimum. So I will choose 9. So cost of from 3 is 9. So by choosing 9, in the next stage, which vertex you choose? You choose the vertex is, that is 6. So you have to fill up 6 here. Okay. Right. Similarly, cost of stage 2 and the vertex 4. We have only one outgoing edge. That is so I will write the minimum C of 4 comma 8 plus cost of stage 4 vertex 8. So which is nothing but minimum 11 plus from 8 it is 7. So it is 18 and we have only one edge. So I will fill up 18 here, and the next vertex in the next stage is vertex 8. Similarly, cost of stage 2 vertex 5 is minimum. So we have two outgoing edges. So C of 5 comma 7 plus cost of stage 4 vertex 7, C of 5 comma 8 plus cost of stage 3 it is, right? Sorry, it is stage 3. Stage 3 vertex 8. Okay. So minimum. So 11 plus cost from 7. Cost from 7 is 5. Comma. Edge cost 5 to 8 is 8 plus cost from reaching 8 is 7. So it is minimum of 16, 15. So which is minimum 15. So I will choose for 15 and I will fill up 15 here. Okay, I will fill up 15 here. And so which is the vertex in the next stage you choose, that is 8. So this 15 corresponds to the next stage vertex 8. So I have to fill up 8 here. Done. Next. Similarly, the last vertex, that is the source vertex. We shall look at the source vertex. Cost of stage 1 vertex 1 is minimum. So how many edges we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we have to find the minimum. So minimum of cost of the edge from 1 to 2 is 9 plus cost of reaching from 2 is 7. You look at the table, plus 7. Okay, comma. Edge cost from 1 to 3 is 7 plus cost of reaching from 3 is 9, comma. Cost of the edge 1 to 4 is 3 plus cost of reaching from vertex 4 is 18. It is 18, comma. Cost 1 to 5 is 2 plus cost from reaching 5 is 15. Okay. So minimum. So this is 16, 21, 7, which is minimum. There are two values corresponding to the vertex 2 and vertex 3 in the next stage. Therefore, the cost is 16 and we can choose either 2 or 3. We can choose either 2 or 3. Okay. Right. So this is how to fill up the table. We shall now apply the actual dynamic programming to trace the path, shortest path from source to sink. Okay. So this is very easy. Now see here D of stage 1 vertex 1. D of stage 1 vertex 1. What do you mean by that? The D value? D value indicates the vertex in the next stage to be chosen to reach towards the destination, isn't it? Therefore, D of 1, 1 is nothing but either 2 or 3. You can choose either of the 2 or 3. I will go for 2. So D, I indicates here stage and this indicates the vertex. And this indicates the vertex in the next stage. Next, D of, so in the second stage, so now in the second stage, which vertex has to be chosen? 2. Why 2? Because 2 is the vertex that is given by stage 1 vertex 1 here. Okay. So in the stage 2, I choose 2. Okay. So by choosing 2 in the next stage, where do I go in the third stage? I go to the vertex 7 in the stage 3. In the stage 3, I have to go to the vertex 7. Therefore, D of 2, 2 is 7. Okay. Next, D of the third stage. In the third stage, I have to choose the vertex 7. Therefore, by choosing vertex 7 in the third stage, where do I go? So, stage 7, the vertex 7. Vertex in the next stage is 10. Therefore, D of 3, 7 is 10. Similarly, D of stage 4 vertex 10. So from vertex 10, where do I go? To 12. Correct? So that is how I move forward from stage 1 to all the way to stage 5. So however, need not to write the stage 5 because it is the same. Okay, we are reaching the sink, and this is the forward approach of dynamic programming, and we have filled up this table. Okay. So after solving the problem of multi-stage graph using the forward approach, we shall now look at the formula for the same. Okay. So formula is as simple as such. So cost of, I mean, the minimum length cost from the vertex j in the stage I is nothing but minimum of, right? So for example, in the stage, when you were in the stage 3, how did you choose the next stage vertex, that is 10? So you consider the edges outgoing from 6, so cost of this edge from 6 to 9 and cost of the edge from 6 to 10, isn't it? Okay, therefore we have to, and the cost of 6 to 9 plus the cost of the path from 9 to 12. Similarly, when you are at the stage 2, at vertex 2, so cost of the edge from 2 to 6 plus cost of the path from 6 to sink. Okay, therefore minimum of C of cost of the edge, C indicates the cost of the edge from J, from this, as I have chosen 6, I have to consider the edge from 6 to 9, 6 to 10, two edges. So J to L, C of J to L. What is L? L is the vertex in the next stage where we have an edge from J. Okay, and hence I have to write here L belongs to Vi plus 1. Vi plus 1, correct? Because I am in the stage I am in the stage 3 and I am choosing the vertex in the stage 4 where there is an edge from 6 to 9, and hence L belongs to Vi plus 1. Vi plus 1 is the stage 4. Okay, and we have an edge, isn't it? So J comma L should be an edge, should be present in the set edge. Okay, so C of J comma L plus cost of reaching the sink from node L, which is available in the next stage. We are at the stage I and this is available in the stage I plus 1, right? So once you solve an example, you will better understand this formula. Okay, so it is a minimum of cost of the edge from J to L plus cost of reaching from L to the sink in the next stage, and that is what L is nothing but available in the next stage, and there is an edge J to L, there is an edge. Okay, so that's the meaning. Okay, right. Now we shall look at a function for the forward approach of the, so this is the function for forward approach of solving multi-stage graphs. Okay, so in this the cost indicates the minimum length path cost from the vertex to the sink. Okay, then D indicates the next vertex in the next stage. Next, so cost of n is equal to 0. What does it mean? We are initializing cost of the 12th vertex to be 0. You can look at the table. Cost of 12 to 12 is 0. Okay, so cost of 12 is 0. Next, we have to consider the vertices in the previous stage. Therefore, for loop int j is equal to n minus 1, right? So we are considering the vertex in the previous stage, so n minus 1, and j greater than or equal to 1 and j minus minus. Let R be a vertex such that j to R is an edge. Okay, so in our example we have to choose a vertex R. For example, I will look at the stage 3. Okay, I am currently at, say for example, stage 3, and you have to find vertex in the next stage. Let this vertex be R. It may be either 9 or 10 or 11, isn't it? Therefore, let R be a vertex such that J to R is an edge. J to R is an edge. Okay, is an edge, and C of JR plus cost of R is minimum. So in this example, so C of 6 to 9 plus cost of reaching from 9 to 12 is minimum, or so C of 6 to 10 and cost of reaching from 10 to 12 is minimum. So out of these two, which is minimum? 7. So I have to choose such a vertex R, where apply this formula. See, apply this formula. It is a minimum of, okay, where JR is an edge and cost of J is nothing but C of J plus R and cost of R is minimum. If you have chosen such a vertex R, then cost of J is equal to C of JR plus cost of R. Done. And D of J is nothing but R. I mean, R is the vertex in the next stage that we have chosen. And why we have chosen? Because that is given as the minimum length cost. Minimum cost. Okay, right. Now applying the actual dynamic programming here. This is all constructing about the table. Next, so P of 1 is equal to 1 and P of K is equal to N. So for J is equal to 2, J less than or equal to K minus 1, J plus plus. So what is this? So P of 1 is equal to 1. I mean, in the stage 1 we go to the vertex 1 only. Okay, and from stage K we go to vertex N. I mean the last vertex. That is the meaning. However, for the intermediate vertices, P of J is equal to D of P of J minus 1. What does it mean? So the P indicates the path. Okay, so path of from 1 so from the source, first we have to start with the source node. Next, P of J starts from 2. So P of 2 is nothing but, what is P of 2? I mean the vertex that should be chosen in the next stage, in the stage 2, is D of 1 comma 1, because D of 1 comma 1 gives us the vertex in the next stage. So this indicates stage number 1 and vertex 1. D of 1 comma 1 indicates me the node in the next stage to go for, to reach towards the destination. Therefore, which is nothing but D of 1, and since current value of J is 2, so it is D of J minus 1, right? And path from 2 is nothing but, I mean this array path indicates, I mean in the stage 2, which vertex to choose? It is 2. So that is what P of 2 is equal to D of P of J minus 1. Okay, so see here, D of P of J minus 1, D of P of J minus 1. What does this indicate? It is D of P of J minus 1, that is 1. So D of 1 is nothing but 2. I mean the vertex in the next stage, which is nothing but 2. Okay. Similarly, P of 3 indicates D of P of 2. Okay. So we have chosen in the next stage 2 the vertex 2. Therefore, D of 2. So what is D of 2? D of 2 is 7. Look at the table. D of 2 is 7. Therefore, P of 3, in the stage 3 we have to choose the vertex 7. So that is the meaning. Okay. This is the algorithm.